Hello EFD squad and welcome back to the Euro Roundup. Now Chris Hamill can't be with me today, it's his birthday and he's out with the lads, or whatever the fuck.
Beers.
Idiot. So I'm joined by Joe Tomlinson from
How's it
Football
going?
Daily. Thanks for joining us.
No worries, literally shooting this straight after winners and losers.
Yeah, pretty much exactly the same show. Both of them bad this week. But stick around, we start with our first winner. It's Christian Pulisic of the US men's national team. What an exciting young player he is. What happened to him this week, Joe?
He obviously got a goal and 3 assists as the USA smashed, put Honduras to the sword. 6-0. Clint Dempsey also got a hattie as well. And I also saw Clint Dempsey in the old Dragon Ball Z MLS tweet that was utterly embarrassing. But the Borussia Dortmund 18-year-old is in fine form for the US MNT. I don't know, why do they call it the men's national team, by the way?
Because they support their women's national team much more strongly than other countries.
I enjoy that. He's got 4 goals and 4 assists for the US men's national team in just 12 international games. Obviously extremely impressive at just 18 years of age. Far better than anyone else in that team. He also made 8 ball recoveries in this game, obviously bringing a little bit of that Thomas Tuchel pressing and defensive style to the international setup. And he's been in great form for the club as well. 4 goals and 7 assists in just 1,600 minutes for Dortmund this season. He's a hell of a prospect. No wonder the likes of Liverpool chased him, Pao.
Yeah, they actually made a bid for him of £11 million last summer, but it was rejected by Dortmund. This is before he'd even played for the club, I think.
Wow.
And he ended up signing a new contract which runs until 2020, when he will be just 21. Now, Coach Bruce Arena, the US coach, he said before the game that Pulisic reminds him of Landon Donovan, but he's got a long way to go before he can stand beside him. That seems like bollocks to me, because whilst Landon Donovan is a fine player, I think that Pulisic is perhaps the first world-class prospect that the US has ever had. Have they ever had a player who everybody in the world would like to have in their squad?
Obviously, mate. Tim Howard.
That's true, and of course Freddie Adu.
Yeah, don't forget Big Fred.
I've embarrassed myself there, but look, Pulisic, he's absolutely incredible. Very, very quick, can play wide, can play through the middle. In this game, he did kind of play in that number 10 role, as they used a diamond situation with Michael Bradley in that deep position. They played one guy in midfield, left him on an island. Gareth Southgate would not like that. But it actually worked out well for them. Honduras lacked any sort of attacking threat, and it meant that the US was just able to keep the ball pretty much in the attacking third the whole game and just cut through them at will. Now, this is a pretty bright future for the USA, this young boy has, because in 4 World Cups' time, Christian Pulisic will still be only 31. He can play 4 World Cups for them and only just be 31. That's the same age as Luis Suarez is now. That's absolutely ridiculous. But they need another win this week, because in CONCACAF qualifying, only the top 3 go directly through to World Cup, and then there's a playoff spot below that. The USA are currently in that playoff spot, but they play Panama on Wednesday. Panama are 1 point above them.
How are Panama 1 point above them?
I genuinely don't know. They've already gone through several rounds to get here, and this is what's called the Hex, which is the hexagonal, when 6 teams play each other home and away to see who actually makes it to the World Cup. Huge teams in there: Honduras, Panama.
Fuck me, if the USA don't get through this.
But will they? And also, how good a prospect is Christian Pulisic? Let us know what you think in the comments below.
Our first losers of the day, no surprise, it's Bobby Martinez. He's up to his old tricks, and Belgium drew 1-1 with 9-man Greece. Despite having all the firepower in the world, Bobby Martinez failing yet again. He's a disgrace of a manager. You probably heard me talk about him in Sunday Vibes. Before this game, they won all of their qualifiers, scoring 21 and conceding 1 in their last 4 games. Those are quite impressive statistics. But 3 of those games have been against Estonia, Gibraltar and Cyprus. It's a very, very easy group, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. And there was some horrifying defending. Who's that remind me of? Oh yeah, another Bobby Martinez team. Oh wait, every Bobby Martinez team. Horrifying defending led to Christos Mitroglou's goal. He does enjoy him as well. Been banging them in for Benfica and now banging them in for Greece. That was just 20 seconds into the second half, whatever Martinez said at half-time. Clearly, classic Martinez, as the team came out and failed. Bad-tempered tie as well. 10 yellow cards dished out in total. Tachitidis, probably got that name wrong, he got his second yellow card on 65 minutes when they were 1-0 up, meaning Greece were down to 10 men for the final 25 minutes. But still Martinez men couldn't break through. No surprise there. I mean, here's the man who left Origi, Batshuayi and Benteke on the bench, despite them needing a goal, which eventually came through Romelu Lukaku, his 4th goal in qualifiers, Pato.
Yeah, that wasn't all that Lukaku contributed to this game, though. He actually got Yorgos Tafella sent off in stoppage time.
Good old Rom.
The Greek defender got a 2nd yellow, and also, to add insult to injury, had his nose pinched by Dries Mertens. Dries Mertens pinched defenders' noses twice in this game, and he got a yellow for it.
I love Big Dries.
He's such a dick. As Joe says, though, yeah, Bobby Martinez's game management was a little bit all over the place here. Origi, Batshuayi, Benteke on the bench. They have 27 goals between them so far this season. Maybe put one of them on when you need a goal.
Not good enough for Bobby, mate.
Very, very strange. But they were overall dominant, as you'd expect, with that extreme talent advantage over the Greeks. 71% possession, 17 shots. Greece had 2 shots.
Bang.
Belgium had 5 on target. Greece had 1. They had 9 corners. Greece had 0. And yet they managed 1 goal.
How?
Wow.
Bobby Martinez.
This comes after Bobby Martinez said that Romelu Lukaku could be the best number 9 in the world. Not under you, mate.
Yeah, definitely not under you, Bobby.
Shut your mouth. But they're still in the driving seat. They're top of their group. They've got 13 points. Greece is just 2 points behind them in second, though.
Wow.
So if they put together a run of bad results, which is perhaps Martinez's greatest asset over the years, his ability to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, then who knows, maybe they could yet miss the World Cup. Who knows? Enjoy it, Martinez. It's a magical mystery ride when you've got him at the helm. What a nightmare.
Bobby Martinez.
Our next winner is Paulinho. Now, we've shit-talked this guy before because he plays for Guangzhou Evergrande and he's rubbish. But he actually started and scored a hat-trick for Brazil as they beat Uruguay 4-1 away from home.
That's a big result,
That's
man.
a hell of a result.
I know.
It's really, really impressive. They've never got 7 straight wins in World Cup 2018 qualifying. They're 7 points clear at the top of the group with 5 games to go. It's genuinely quite impressive stuff.
It's insanely impressive. Tite has done a ridiculous job since taking over. He honestly has, and he's got some fucking average players playing really, really well. One average player, though, Paulinho. You mentioned him there, hat-trick in this game. His combinations in midfield, get this, Renato Augusto and Casemiro. Now, Casemiro, a good player, but extremely limited. Renato Augusto, rotting in China,
Fernandinho was on the bench. Fernandinho was on the bench in this game. It's genuinely, you look at their backline in this game was so good. It was like Miranda, Marcelo, Marquinhos, and Dani Alves, I think. Then up front, they played Coutinho, Neymar, and Firmino. They had Willian on the bench. They've got so much talent. Gabriel Jesus, of course, is out injured. They've got so much talent in those positions and nothing in the midfield.
Honestly.
Nothing.
It is an amazing squad, really, because like you said, it's a massive black hole in midfield, really good forward line, really good back line, and Tite has somehow got 100% win rate out of it. I don't understand how. Obviously, Neymar part helps. 51 goals in 76 international games.
Jesus.
That's a vile record, quite frankly. He's on the score sheet again, but that midfield, how the fuck is he getting it to work? Paulinho, absolutely diabolical at Tottenham Hotspur. Diabolical. Got a massive move to China. He's been rotting out there. Renato Augusto, is he still rotting in China?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that guy fell off the radar 10 years ago and somehow he's bubbled to the surface again.
It is worth checking out Paulinho's goals in this game, though. One of them was just a tap-in, but one of them was a 25-yard screamer.
Yeah.
And the third goal, just a cross along the box, and he arrives at the last minute like fucking Frank Lampard and just like chests it in. It's absolutely amazing. Against Uruguay, like Uruguay are no joke.
I know, Paulinho is like that shit that won't flush. He just keeps rising to the surface. Obviously, Uruguay's squad is pretty strong. Jimenez, Godin, Luis Suarez, Cavani. The list goes on, but Tite made it look easy in this game. It looks like they're waltzing through qualifying and into the World Cup 2018. But can they win the competition? They're serious contenders, in my opinion. You can vote in the poll above my head right now.
The last loser of this week's Euro Roundup, and what a Euro Roundup it's been. I think we can all agree it's been incredible. Chris Howell, hope you're enjoying this at home, mate. It's Chile who lost 1-0 to Argentina.
Yeah, Lionel Messi with the winning penalty there. That pushes Argentina up to 3rd in CONMEBOL qualifying. Obviously, the top 4 go through automatically to the World Cup. 5th place goes to a playoff, and Chile are currently sat just outside in 6th, although it's really, really tight. Between 2nd and 6th in qualifying spots is just 3 points. And Chile have some really favourable fixtures coming up 4 of their last 5 fixtures are against Bolivia, Paraguay, Ecuador, and the great side of Venezuela. But Argentina and Chile, in this game, it was actually really tight. 11 shots from both sides put together, and Chile missed Vidal in midfield really badly. Alexis Sanchez didn't have his best day at the office either. He was moping about, he was moaning, he was doing his classic Arsenal, wasn't he, Pato?
Yeah, well, interestingly, every time he's moaned and whinged at Arsenal, it's been like, look, he wants to go, he wants to leave this summer. But apparently he does it at Chile as well, so maybe he's planning to transfer to Argentina this summer.
You never know.
Maybe that's what he wants. He was screaming at his teammates, he was shouting at himself.
Bitching.
Claudio Bravo gave him the bollocking of his life. He ran up to the halfway line late on when Chile had a free kick in a good position to tell Aranguiz that he should take a free kick instead of Sanchez. And Sanchez ignored his captain, took it anyway, blasted it over the bar. So everyone was fucking livid. Apparently Claudio Bravo was heard by fans close to goal screaming swear words into the Argentinian night.
Well, you know what they say about Claudio Bravo, mate? If you should listen to one man, it's him. Because, fuck me, he's a natural leader.
All right, mate, leave it out. So maybe the question here is that Alexis Sanchez, is he dissatisfied with life at Arsenal? I think he probably is. Or is he just a bit of a dick generally? Like he seems, everybody talks about how he has this strong winning mentality or whatever, and that's what it is. But actually, I think at the moment he's showing himself to be a bit weak. Like he's complaining all the time. He needs to shut up and just play, because when he plays, he's so good. He's so good. It's incredibly frustrating. And the thing is, he also went home this week to his hometown of Tocopilla, which is in the north of Chile, where they actually unveiled a statue to him. It was a bit of a weird one, in full Chile kit, with the badges of all the teams he's played for, Colo-Colo, Udinese, Barcelona, and Arsenal. And it's got his handprints and footprints on it as well. So maybe that'll rejuvenate him a bit and show him what he's actually trying to achieve as a football player. Because at the moment, he seems a little bit lost, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I mean, the next badge on that statue, it could well be Juventus as well. Been really heavily linked this week in a lot of Italian media outlets. Apparently Max Allegri, if he chooses to stay at Juventus this summer, will only do so if he can bring in Alexis Sanchez. Now, he is going to cost quite a bit of money. Although he's only got about 18 months left on his contract, the fees talked are about 35 to 45 million euros. Which on paper seems like a lot, but really you're getting probably a top 10 winger in the world here. He is an exceptional talent. When he puts his mind to it, there's very few players on the planet that are better. Pato, would he be a good fit though for the old lady?
Yeah, I think he really would be. I mean, I really like Cuadrado, but you'd say that Sanchez would be an upgrade.
Definitely an upgrade.
Provided he can rediscover that sort of defensive work rate that he had when he first joined Arsenal. Over the last season, he's kind of let it slip a little bit, and that's very frustrating because it was one of the things that made him so outstanding. I think that would fit really well at Juve. Plus, they've been paying Mandzukic on the wing, which has been very effective for them, but perhaps is not your long-term formation setup. Camoranesi, who's obviously a Juventus legend, was talking about how excited he was about it this week. He said, dribbling, goals. I'd love to see Sanchez at Juventus. What an analysis that is, mate. The problem is, when you're talking about 35, 45 million, I kind of think Arsenal could just say no. Like, yeah, everyone says you don't want to let him go for nothing, and then he could go to a Premier League rival, which would be dangerous. On the other hand, he'd be 29 next season, and you kind of think maybe a Premier League rival wouldn't want to give a 29-year-old who's had such a hard-working career a long-term contract, because his legs might just go at some point.
Yeah.
But it's just not that. It's not that much money. It's not enough money to make a significant difference to what Arsenal want to do, I don't think. So there's a part of me that thinks, fuck it, make him stay. Just make him stay. Who cares? And he'll spend another year at the club and get a new manager. Oh, just kill me. I just hate being an Arsenal fan, mate. It's rubbish.
It is pretty rubbish. It must be rubbish for you. But I personally think that he will leave this summer. But what do you think? Will he stay? Will he go? Will he join Juventus? Will he join PSG? Will he join an English club? Let us know what you think in the comments below.
So that was this week's Euro Roundup. Thank you very much to Joe for joining me. Joe, if they enjoyed this, what should they check out?
Why don't you check out Stat Wars? Pato versus Chris Hamill. Questions, quizzes, or what more do you need?
Yes, that's right. And as ever, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Sayonara.
Bye.